we've been discussing in the last pair of video blogs this idea of a psychological foundation for spirituality, for spiritual practice, for spiritual life. Why is it considered so important? Why should it be so crucial to inner work, to the psycho-spiritual endeavour? And this understanding of the three fields is a way of explaining how extremely important it is, because if my relational life is bounded by my personal limitations, if my apprehension, experience and relationship to you, the other, is merely, or at least considerably, rather like my looking at myself in the mirror, but unconsciously, then clearly there is no authentic relationship as such. There is merely seeing myself as the other. And when this is the case, in terms of inner work, as it so often is, my suggestion is we use it. You use this seeing of yourself in the other as a way of clarification, as a way of moving through, understanding, deepening in your knowledge of yourself, your personal wisdom, your clarity. That's at least partly what relationships are for. Even when many people don't know that, that is what they're for. That's what they present us with. That's the way forward. That's the way to deepen. That's the way to more communication, connection and intimacy. So the psychological foundation for spirituality, for spiritual life, underpins firstly, or creates a healthy ground firstly, for the ordinary, mundane, normal function of relationship, of interrelationship, dependence, interdependence, transactions between human beings that are not based in unexplored material within our own psyches. That's the first thing. Just to have clear, open, meaningful contact with others, some form of psychological foundation. It's not merely a help, it's necessary. Necessary in order that I see the other as they are, not merely as aspects of myself. So much more important then for the psychological foundation of self-wisdom, self-understanding, and relational wisdom, relational understanding. To be and to form a solid foundation for the spiritual, in which the authenticity of the self is radically overhauled, transformed, changed. Our relationship to the personal, individual, separate self-entity is entirely different in the spiritual realms. What remains of the vestiges of selfhood? Who am I in the light of God? We are exposed in the divine radiance. Only that which is authentic will remain. Therefore, any acting out in the world with others in relationships, any stuckness or holding on or freezingness or blocks or contractions within the psychophysical being is washed away in that radiance, in that light. This is a spiritual fact. This is a case of reality in our relationship to it. Now, if you, by some chance of striving or inapt guidance or accident in a sense, find yourself moving towards divine radiance, experiences of God in the relative world, and you're not prepared, then it would be like, as has been said before, containing the ocean in a teaspoon. It would be like trying to move something of great weight and expanse through a tiny portal. It would be, in other words, impossible. But not only that, it poses all kinds of threats and dangers to our sense of individual self, which we're holding on to while we are masquerading or experiencing something transcendent, something divine.